Depression casts a long shadow, touching countless lives across the globe. It's a silent epidemic, often misunderstood and stigmatized. The World Health Organization estimates that over 300 million people worldwide suffer from depression. This makes it a leading cause of disability. Depression doesn't discriminate, affecting people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life. Yet, despite its prevalence, depression remains shrouded in silence, hidden behind closed doors and masked smiles. This silence is a heavy burden to bear, both for those who suffer and for society as a whole. Untreated depression can have devastating consequences, impacting relationships, careers, and overall well-being. It can lead to social isolation, substance abuse, and even suicide. The economic burden of depression is also significant, resulting in lost productivity and increased healthcare costs. Breaking the silence surrounding depression is crucial. It's time to shed light on this often misunderstood condition and replace fear with understanding. By opening up honest conversations about depression, we can reduce stigma, encourage help-seeking behavior, and ultimately save lives. The first step towards addressing this global health crisis is to understand what depression is and what it is not. It's not simply a case of feeling blue or a sign of weakness. Depression is a real medical condition with a biological basis and a wide range of symptoms. We all experience sadness from time to time. It's a normal human emotion, a natural response to loss, disappointment, or challenging life events. Sadness, while unpleasant, is usually temporary. It fades with time as we process and heal from our experiences. Depression, on the other hand, is different. It's a persistent state of sadness and low mood that lingers for weeks, months, or even years. Clinical depression, also known as major depressive disorder, is more than just feeling down. It's a complex medical condition that affects thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and physical health. While sadness is like a passing cloud, depression is more akin to a heavy fog that settles in, obscuring joy and making it difficult to see a way out. It saps energy, motivation, and the ability to experience pleasure. Everyday tasks that once seemed simple can feel overwhelming and insurmountable. Understanding the distinction between sadness and depression is crucial for seeking appropriate help. If you're experiencing persistent sadness, hopelessness, or a loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed, it's essential to reach out to a healthcare professional. Depression manifests differently in each individual. However, there are some common signs and symptoms that can serve as red flags. These symptoms can be emotional, physical, or behavioral. Emotionally, depression can present as persistent sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness, loss of interest or pleasure in activities once enjoyed, feelings of guilt, worthlessness, or helplessness, irritability, anger, or restlessness, difficulty concentrating, remembering things or making decisions, and thoughts of death or suicide. Physically, depression can manifest as fatigue and low energy levels, changes in appetite or weight, sleep disturbances such as insomnia or oversleeping, unexplained aches and pains, and digestive problems. Behaviorally, depression can lead to social withdrawal and isolation, neglecting responsibilities at work, school, or home, engaging in risky behaviors such as substance abuse, and difficulty maintaining relationships. If you recognize several of these symptoms in yourself or someone you care about, it's vital to seek professional help. Early detection and treatment are crucial for improving outcomes and preventing complications. Depression is not simply a state of mind. It's a complex medical condition with a biological basis. Research has shown that imbalances in brain chemistry, particularly involving neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, play a significant role in depression. These neurotransmitters act as chemical messengers in the brain, transmitting signals between nerve cells. Serotonin is involved in regulating mood, sleep, and appetite, while dopamine plays a role in motivation, reward, and pleasure. Norepinephrine is involved in the body's stress response. In individuals with depression, the levels of these neurotransmitters can be disrupted, leading to the characteristic symptoms of the condition. For example, low levels of serotonin can contribute to feelings of sadness, anxiety, and sleep disturbances. While the exact causes of these neurotransmitter imbalances are not fully understood, several factors are thought to contribute, including genetics, environmental factors, and chronic stress. Section 5, Nature and Nurture, unraveling the causes of depression. Depression is a complex condition with no single cause. Rather, it arises from a complex interplay of genetic predisposition and environmental triggers. This means that while some individuals may be genetically vulnerable to developing depression, environmental factors play a crucial role in determining whether or not that vulnerability is expressed. Genetic factors, family history, having a close relative with depression increases the risk of developing the condition. Genetic variations. Research has identified specific genes that may increase susceptibility to depression. Environmental factors, early life experiences, traumatic events in childhood such as abuse, neglect, or the loss of a parent can have a lasting impact on brain development and increase the risk of depression later in life. Chronic stress, prolonged exposure to stress such as financial strain, job insecurity, or relationship problems can disrupt the body's stress response system and contribute to depression. Social isolation, lack of social support and connection can increase the risk of depression. Medical conditions, certain medical conditions such as chronic pain, thyroid disorders, and autoimmune diseases can also contribute to depression. Understanding the complex interplay of these factors is crucial for developing effective prevention and treatment strategies. Section 6, Paths to Healing, exploring treatment options for depression. The good news is that depression is highly treatable. Effective treatments include psychotherapy, medication, lifestyle changes, and brain stimulation therapies. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps modify negative thought patterns. Interpersonal therapy improves communication in relationships. Antidepressants balance brain neurotransmitters. Finding the right medication requires careful monitoring. Regular exercise and a healthy diet support well-being. Adequate sleep is crucial for mood regulation. ECT and TMS are effective for severe cases. Recovery from depression is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and ongoing support. Section 7. Supporting a loved one, how to help someone with depression. Supporting a loved one with depression can be challenging, but it's one of the most important things you can do. Here are some ways to help educate yourself. Learn as much as you can about depression so you can better understand what your loved one is going through. Listen without judgment. Create a safe space for your loved one to share their feelings without fear of criticism or shame. Offer practical support, help with everyday tasks such as cooking, cleaning, or running errands. Encourage professional help. Gently encourage your loved one to seek professional help if they haven't already. Be patient and understanding. Recovery from depression takes time. Be patient with your loved one's progress and celebrate their successes along the way. Remember that you don't have to be a therapist to be a source of support. Your presence, empathy, and encouragement can make a world of difference. Section 8. Breaking the stigma. Encouraging open conversations about mental health. Stigma thrives in silence. It's time to break the silence surrounding depression and other mental health conditions. We can do this by talking openly about mental health. Share your own experiences if you feel comfortable doing so to help normalize conversations about mental health. Challenging misconceptions. Speak out against stereotypes and myths about depression. Supporting mental health initiatives. Get involved in organizations working to raise awareness and provide support for those affected by mental illness. By creating a culture of openness and acceptance, we can reduce shame, encourage help-seeking behavior, and ultimately save lives. Section 9. A Brighter Tomorrow, Hope and Recovery from Depression. Depression can feel all-consuming, like a dark cloud that follows you everywhere, but it's essential to remember that depression is not a life sentence. There is hope and recovery is possible. With the right treatment, support, and self-care, individuals with depression can experience significant improvement in their symptoms and live full and meaningful lives. Recovery is not always linear, and there may be setbacks along the way. However, it's crucial to hold on to hope and remember that with each step forward, you're moving closer to a brighter tomorrow. By breaking the silence, seeking help, and supporting one another, we can create a world where mental health is valued, understood, and given the attention it deserves.